Guys, what's up? It's John, Gamester81. I'm here at the SoCal Retro Game Expo. I'm talking to Bryan. We're talking about the RetroBlox. This is a new project. I did a video recently talking about this. Bryan, what is this project?
So the RetroBlox console is a modular retro video game console. It's compatible with classic game cartridges from anything from NES, SNES, Genesis, Mega Drive, TurboGrafx, etc. But it's done in a really modern way, and it's done in a modular way as well.
Right. Okay.
So that's really the high concept.
So a big benefit of having it is obviously the HD is a huge plus.
Of course, yeah, and there's consoles that have done that before, obviously.
Right,
so
of course.
It's not something new.
Of
but
course.
really, what we're trying to bring to the table, outside of obviously the sorely lacking support for CD-ROM systems here in the market, like nobody has done that for some reason.
Right, like Sega CD, like there's no
Sega CD, TurboGrafx CD, PlayStation. These are all vital pieces of retro gaming history, and how do we lose this? It's like a critical juncture for multimedia and retro gaming. So somehow that's been lost on people, but we're fixing that.
You've been working on this project for a while. You and your partner, Eric, right?
Eric, yeah. Okay. We both met at Insomniac Games. We were working on Ratchet & Clank together. I was the producer, and he was the principal engineer.
Okay.
So we've got a long history of working together. We've always loved retro games, even in that time, when we were working on like Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal on PlayStation 2. We were always talking about TurboGrafx games and, Sega, Genesis, and Atari and all that stuff. And so now retro is really in, and we've kind of moved on, matured in our careers, and we were ready to do something big. And the thing that we just didn't want to do was do something that was going to be disingenuous to the retro gaming community because we respect it.
Right.
And we purposefully did not release a lot of information about this console coming out because we got about 2 months between now and the Kickstarter. And if we just blurted it all out at once, you guys wouldn't be talking about it.
Right.
So we're going to be releasing stuff every week.
So you have a Facebook. I saw your website. You have you can actually sign up.
Yeah, you can sign up. Yeah, you can sign up, get
that.
information. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram. There's various points. We'll put it in the video.
Cool. You have a handful of consoles that have been announced so far as compatibility. What are some of them?
So the specifics. So we've announced 6 consoles right now. So we have NES, which is one module.
Yeah.
We have Super NES and Super Famicom, which is another module. And then we also have Sega Genesis, which is one module, and that also includes support for the Mega Drive in Europe, Mega Drive in Japan, and also the 32X, which was, I think, missing from the video before.
Okay, yeah. Good clarification.
And that was my fault. I didn't send it to you in the list. I totally forgot. Sorry.
Okay.
And then we also have a module that supports TurboGrafx 16, also PC Engine, and Super Graphics all in one module.
Okay, nice. Nice.
And then we also have the Atari 2600, which we were talking about.
Yeah.
That'll be supported, and all of them have individual cartridge ports and individual controller ports.
Okay, that's cool.
And the thing I think I've heard a lot of murmurings about what's this hybrid emulation stuff. Well, it's probably pretty important that we answer that, but basically it works just like an original console did, but we're running it in high-level emulation. So it reads the cartridges and the control ports electrically, and we're running very special processes to be able to interpret all that data at a very low level so that you don't have any compatibility issues. And that's one of the problems that we've seen. If you have a Star Fox cartridge, a Super NES or whatever, that thing might not work correctly because they're trying to emulate that after they've already dumped the ROM, and nobody knows what's in that thing. So rather than do that, we'd rather just read the cartridge like an FPGA does, but do it in a way that's affordable and actually is a little bit more accessible and more expandable.
I think PlayStation 1 is also a module you guys announced as well, right?
Well, there's no actual PlayStation 1 module.
Okay.
Everything's included on the base unit for the PlayStation. Yeah, I want to clarify that
Clarify that as well, yeah, please.
Yeah, for sure.
Please.
So as far as CD support, in the box right now we're supporting TurboGrafx CD, and we're also supporting Sega CD, and we're also supporting PS1.
Okay.
So those are that's what we've announced so far. Now, the beauty of having a really fast, awesome SoC chip, we announced here at the show that we're using the Rock chip RK3288, which is a really powerful 1.8 gigahertz ARM SoC.
Wow.
And then it also has a Mali T760 GPU running at 600 megahertz. It's really fast, powerful. We'll even be able to release games that are actually quite modern on here if we wanted to.
Wow, that's cool. You guys have been busy today here. Feedback's been great.
I think a lot of people were curious. We just announced this thing this week. I mean, really, we did zero PR around this. Nobody's on the payroll. We have put one Facebook post up, and everyone's it's been lighting up since then. And I know a lot of people are skeptical, maybe in some ways, because we haven't been out there on the forums. We've been working in complete secrecy for the last year and a half. And I invite anyone to come out here and check it out who wants to check it out. Everyone's really enjoying playing the game, seeing the user interface, which is really modern.
It's a legit prototype, guys. I'm telling you, I've seen it hands-on. It's legit.
You've actually seen it hands-on?
I've seen it. I've seen it hands-on. I've held on to it. Okay, cool. So Facebook, follow them on Facebook. Go to their website, check it out.
Yeah.
Weekly updates for what's going on.
Weekly updates for what's going on. We're gonna start posting some video content. We're capturing stuff here. Sorry, we didn't have too much to go on the launch, but
one thing I also want to add too is that you're actually opening up to like homebrewers as well. To like, you know, so like I appreciate that because you know making games myself. You know, my Game City Hunter Covers of Death will be on it. You know, I saw you got the Henshin Engine on there as well.
We've got like a lot of love for indie game developers, especially doing this kind of work because you know working in gaming today and making modern games, you get to use these tools that are really luxurious and easy. But making SNES games are hard. Making Atari games is hard.
Right.
Making like these games are really like these are like almost like I dare I say like artisan type games. You know, I don't want to say that because it sounds stupid, but it is. It's really like real programming. So. Basically, what we want to do is we want to open up an opportunity for people to be able to launch their products on our platform digitally, so that people can download and enjoy their products with larger audiences. And not only that, but we also want to have secondary content that can be built for games that users will be able to create new like sidebar applications and things like that. We'll have more announcements about that stuff in the future. There's tons to come.
Guys, I mentioned this in my video before, but I really believe this is going to be like a game changer as far as how we play retro games. I'm really excited for it. Thank you, Bryan, for keeping me in the loop. I appreciate it. Really nice to meet you again.
Absolutely.
And
Thanks for coming out.
guys, be sure to follow this guy. It's a love project. It's a passion project for you guys. I can tell that.
It is, yeah.
So
definitely.
thanks, guys. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. Game on.